Listen, SB with the truth, it might pierce your mind. And JP hit you with reality all the time. The way to keep it all the way 100, it should be a crime. Sports, news, politics, on the show you will find. Conversation grown, opinions they not alone. Savannah be the home, they coming straight for your dome. It is what it is, gonna be what it's gonna be. You are rocking with the Sean Brown Show with JP.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the northern tip of North Dakota down to the southern tip of Texas where there's no wall, this is the Sean Brown Show on WQTS Digital Broadcast. We are syndicated digitally all over the country, all over the world, and we're glad you guys have chosen to spend an hour of your lunchtime grind here with us on the Sean Brown Show, only on WQTS Digital Broadcast. Hope everybody's having a great day and is looking forward to a great weekend. It is WrestleMania week, and we're getting ready to get our WrestleMania watch party here going this weekend, as we couldn't figure out what time the pre-show started. It's 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I think it starts at 6 o'clock. But we'll get it figured out, and we're going to have fun. Hope you guys are tuning in and going to enjoy the biggest show on the planet that's going on this Sunday. JP, what's going on, bro?
There we go. It's another Wednesday, man. Glad to be here, man. Hello, America. What's happening?
JP's the downer to my upside today. I sound like I have a lot of energy today. I just having a great day, man. It's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. Had some great big announcements. Folks, I don't know if you saw the major announcement that went out on Monday, but officially, Monday, I accepted the position of the official play-by-play voice of the Savannah Bananas baseball team, the baseball team that is taking the country by storm in the Collegiate Wooden Bat Series. So shouts out to the Bananas for giving me this opportunity. And you guys stay tuned because we're going to be doing some big things. And we're going to make sure we try to incorporate the Sean Brown Show with JP with the Savannah Bananas and have a great time as we do it. We want to see you guys get involved and come out and support. Most of the games are already sold out, as we talked about previously on the show. But I will officially be giving you every strike, every out, every play, and all the excitement of a Savannah Bananas baseball game for the entire season. So make sure you go check it out at thesavannahbananas.com. And we will be there as well. It's exciting, man.
I'm looking forward to it, brother.
It's going to be fun. You sound so excited today, JP.
Yeah, I'm very, very tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night because of the baby, so I'm really, really tired. So, I mean, I'll pick it up. I'm slowly getting energy back, but I'm out of it.
He's really still recovering from his birthday, ladies and gentlemen. He did celebrate his 88th birthday this past Monday.
Come on.
And we hope that it was successful. And I know you had a big event at Rachel's Monday night.
Shut up, dummy.
So, again, happy belated birthday to you, good sir.
I appreciate it.
And welcome to senior citizen age.
Whatever. If I'm at senior citizen age, then you ain't far behind, brother.
That's correct. That's correct. And my hairline beat you there. So
you
got to be able to have humor in all situations, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very big day in history, folks, that a lot of people didn't realize. It is the 50th anniversary of the Martin Luther King Jr. funeral or assassination.
The day he died.
Yes, today's the 50th anniversary of his assassination. And we actually put on our page earlier today, there are photos from his funeral. It's over 160 photos, I believe it is.
Something like that.
That were taken the day of his funeral at the funeral proceedings, and you could see major participation from across the country, from the president to all the way down to Wilt Chamberlain and the entire King family. It was incredible to see. I've looked through it twice now just to kind of take in the moment, because that's something that at our age. At my age, that was my first time really getting to see that kind of footage, and it really hit home for me. So, folks, we encourage you to go to our Facebook page, The Sean Brown Show with JP. It's on Facebook. Go check out those photos and let the kids see the photos. They're black and white images, which really speaks volume even more, because you can see the emotion. You can see, there's different levels throughout all of the photos. You got a young Sammy Davis Jr. breaking down in the crowd.
Yeah,
it's oh man, it's incredible. A young Jesse Jackson, who was a pallbearer for Reverend Martin Luther King. What I did notice though, why didn't Jesse Jackson dress up like everybody else? He was in a T-shirt with a members only jacket on. I haven't figured that out yet.
I don't know, man. That might have been. I don't know. It's kind of hard to march in a suit.
Yeah, but he was a pallbearer. A pallbearer in a T-shirt?
Times is different, man.
I
was,
guess
64.
That caught me off guard.
68.
I was not expecting to see Jesse Jackson not in a suit because that's his thing. I'm being entertained. We have a squirrel outside our studio digging a hole in the backyard of the studio.
I ain't getting it too.
Yeah. So now I know where all the holes are coming from. But yeah, it was something that really touched me today, and it's touched a lot of not just the black community, because that day in general was a major day in American history. And as you look through the photos, you'll be able to see how major that date was and how influential those pictures are now. JP has some footage that he wants to share on the air.
Yeah.
So JP, take it away.
Yeah, just something on Facebook, man. Facebook, for all of it, they say negative about Facebook. Facebook can be very informing. So this is about 2.5 minutes long, just to give you some perspective. If you don't know about Martin Luther King Jr. and what happened on that day 50 years ago, here's just a little synopsis of what happened.
Feel like it's been 50 years.
Feels like it was yesterday.
It was April 4th, 1968, in Memphis, Tennessee. Before Andrew Young was an ambassador to the world, before Jesse Jackson became a reverend and a groundbreaking political figure. They were two young men dedicated to the cause of equality, led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and it was a chilly Thursday afternoon at the Lorraine Motel.
I was talking to him, telling him he needed a coat, and he sort of raised his head to kind of test the weather. And pow.
A single shot to his chin, and King was dead. He was 39 years old. Now, a half-century later, Young and Jackson returned to the very spot where their friend and leader was assassinated.
His shoes got caught under here, and it knocked him out of his shoes.
A photographer who was staying 3 rooms down snapped this iconic image as King lay dying.
Now, we were pointing over there because the police were here. They were running over this way, and we were trying to tell them to go back that way. That's where the shot came from.
Do you think he heard the shot?
I don't think he heard the shot or felt it. I think it was a beautiful death. My first reaction was to be mad, and the second reaction was to say, well, if anybody is entitled to a reward, you have sure earned it. And, you know, take your flight to heaven.
Young went on to serve as congressman, as U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, and as mayor of Atlanta. Jackson continued social and political activism and ran for president twice.
Every move I made, whether it was a demonstration or running for the presidency, I always felt his spirit, and some way I touched base with him before doing it.
Jackson, now 76, and Young, 86, say King did not fear death. And even as they stand on the balcony that was once stained with King's blood, they're convinced that he will never die.
I've been to 152 countries. I've never been anywhere where people have wanted to ask me about Martin Luther King.
If he'd be 89 years old, he'd be just an old preacher who preached great sermons. His martyrdom is power. His spirit is alive.
Victor Blackwell, CNN, Memphis.
That's huge, man. That was big.
Yeah,
that was big.
I just listened to that right before we came off there, and I was like, wow. That photo that they were talking about of the photographer took 3 doors down was the photo of them actually when he was on the ground right after he got shot, and everybody pointed in the direction to where they thought the gunshot had came from. And
we put the photo up live on Facebook Live while the interview was going on.
Yeah. So
yeah, definitely a somber moment in history, but it's an important moment. And folks, let your kids know about, let them know the history. Show them the images, show them the reality of everything and where we've come as a country and what this great man did, not just for the black community, but for America.
Yeah, it's
his legacy lives on. It always will. So definitely rest in peace to the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. 50 years to the day.
Yeah, and I mean, we weren't born then, but
I wasn't even thought of.
Yeah, we weren't even thought of back then, but
you were thought of.
Thinking,
I wasn't thought of yet.
I wasn't thought of, yes, sir. But just to think about it and know that today, and not even let's say 6 hours or so, Martin Luther King would have been shot 50 years ago at that moment. So, and to see where we've come as a people, and we still got work to do. So,
Well, you know, the crazy thing is the assassination was supposed to occur here in Savannah.
I didn't know that.
It was supposed to occur here in Savannah, and security was able to thwart the assassination attempt. So that's something that folks need to look up. Look up your history now. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King was supposed to be assassinated here in Savannah, Georgia. We'll become live on WQTS. But again, folks, today is the 50th anniversary of the assassination of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. So we just wanted to take a minute and talk about the history, talk about the truths, and give you guys a moment in history right here on the Sean Brown Show on WQTS. But let's get to some sports, man, because that's what we're here for. We're here for sports. It's a few days left in the NBA season. We had a big-time matchup last night between Oklahoma City Thunder and the Golden State Warriors. It was Kevin Durant versus Russell Westbrook, and Durant got the W.
That's right. We don't know what's going to happen.
Nah, I wasn't sure. Honestly, I wasn't sure. Final score of that matchup last night was 111 to 107. Warriors over the Thunder. The Warriors had already clinched the playoff spot, so it didn't really matter for them. But on the Eastern Conference, the Heat last night, it's white hot Miami again, 101-98 over the Hawks to clinch a spot in the playoffs for the Miami Heat. First time in the playoffs in what, 3 years, 4 years? It's been a while.
18, 17, 16, yeah.
It's been a while.
About 3 years.
The Cleveland Cavaliers beat the number 1 seed Toronto Raptors last night, 112 to 106. It was a big win for the Cavaliers. I think it was a big boost for the Cavaliers to know, okay, we can beat the number 1 seed. They get that confidence back just a little bit.
Yeah, that's the
LeBron led the charge, of course.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was big to see. That's going to be an interesting matchup in the playoffs.
That's the Cavs' 4th straight win. So, you know, getting that momentum going into the playoffs, man, is really important. And I don't want anybody to be so, you know, confident in Cleveland because they beat them this one game. Toronto's going to be tough in a 7-game series, especially when you don't have home court advantage.
Oh, definitely agree.
So yeah, the Raptors definitely have the upper hand right now. But I mean, it'll go about 6. It'll go about 6 or 7.
But with just a few days remaining in the NBA regular season, there is only 1 spot left in the Eastern Conference to clinch, and there's only 3 spots clinched in the Western Conference. The Western Conference is still up for grabs, but let's talk about the Eastern Conference real quick. The Raptors are the number 1 seed, clinched. The Celtics are the solid number 2 seed, Cleveland number 3, Philadelphia number 4, Indiana number 5. Miami moved up to number 6 over the Washington Wizards, but both teams are tied at 13.5. Miami leads the series over the Wizards, so they automatically get that spot. But Milwaukee's also 13.5 games out of the lead.
Yeah, so 6 through 8 is not solidified at all.
6 is solidified because Miami has the higher winning percentage against both teams. So it's between Washington and Milwaukee still has the opportunity to make a move.
I don't see that. I may not see it, but I don't like it.
Miami has beat both teams more than they beat Miami. So they automatically get that.
Well, I mean that might be factual, but I don't like that at all. If you got three,
it's a tie scenario.
If you got 3 teams at 42 and 36, and neither one of you are going to get home court advantage, I think you need to go ahead and battle for that. That's story right there.
Well, I mean it's not WWE. We'll get to that later. But a Milwaukee-Toronto series, that's a good matchup. That's a good first round matchup, and I don't think it's going to be an easy matchup for the Raptors if they have to play the Bucks first round.
No,
because Antetokounmpo is not going to go down quietly.
Oh, he didn't go down quietly last year.
So that's going
to be he was getting buckets last year. It was crazy.
It's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see. The Pistons are on the verge of being eliminated, which would give Milwaukee the clinch for that 8th seed. The only team that's not clinched again in the Eastern Conference is Milwaukee. They must win, I think, 1 or 2 more games in order to clinch that position. But the seeding is set pretty much in the Eastern Conference, but the Western Conference, folks, is a rough shot. You've got 5 seeds up for grabs still, including Oklahoma, the Timberwolves, Pelicans. It's going to be interesting.
And what did we say about Utah a couple of weeks ago when they was in the 9th seed looking to get in, or in the 8th? They were the 8th seed.
Well, we said a lot of teams had an opportunity to make a move. Utah and San Antonio are tied for the 4th and 5th seed. But Utah leads the series over San Antonio, so they get the upper advantage right now. At just a half game behind that is Oklahoma City. Had they beat Golden State last night, they would have been tied with 18 games. And Minnesota's 19 games back, and New Orleans is 19.5 back. Yeah. So it's a lot.
And Denver's right there.
The Western Conference
half a game back.
Is going to be very interesting when it comes to finishing out the regular season and seeding for the Western Conference playoffs. Most teams only have 5 games left, So some big moves can really happen in the next couple days as the Western Conference they cancel each other out in the last 5 dates. Most teams cancel each other out. So it's going to be interesting to see. And I'm going to be watching for sure. Folks, if you missed it earlier in the week, Anthony Davis shaved off his unibrow, but I really couldn't tell watching them play the other day. It still looked like it was there to me.
He's got the hair. What's the thing they call when you the 5 o'clock shadow? He's got the 5 o'clock shadow on his eyebrow.
On his eyebrow, man, that thing grew back faster than the girl from Interview with the Vampire's hair grew back after she cut it.
See, that's awful. That's awful.
But yeah, the playoffs are going to be fun, man. It's going to be definitely fun to watch. And most people really don't tune into the NBA until the playoffs. So
I tune in because
ratings
I love basketball.
I mean, yeah, we love basketball, but I'm talking about the general population. But it's going to be fun to see. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting. Any upsets? You're predicting any upsets, JP?
In the playoffs?
In the playoffs.
Yeah.
Who?
I see a whole bunch of upsets.
I'm talking about in series upsets.
Yeah. I can see. Ooh. I can see if they play. Wow. I can see maybe a long shot Miami beating Cleveland. Maybe. That's a very much long shot, but
I see that series going 7. If Miami plays Cleveland, well, yeah, they do play Cleveland. Miami playing Cleveland, I see that going 7 games easily.
Dang,
because based off of the last time they played each other, that's a matchup.
That's what I'm saying. And I can see Dwayne Wade has got some kind of renewed vigor since he got back to Miami. And he's playing lights out basketball. I mean, he's not giving you 28 and whatever like he did in his prime, but he's still getting buckets. He's the X factor. He's still getting buckets. And if anybody to know what Cleveland's scheme is, it would be a person who just left them.
Well, it's not even that. Cleveland would have to stop Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah, and they don't have it down low to do that.
Exactly. Hassan Whiteside is, and I hate to say this analogy, but it's the only thing that makes sense talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hassan Whiteside is what Tristan Kardashian used to be for Cleveland, except better.
Hassan Whiteside is way better than Tristan
But I'm saying
Thompson.
It's the same concept. Tristan Kardashian was grabbing all the boards.
Why are you calling that man Tristan Kardashian? Why are you doing that?
He was grabbing all the boards. He was he was just dominating. And then Chloe.
They are a death to black athletes in the NBA. I'm just saying.
You sound so happy to say that. They are a death to black athletes in the NBA.
I'm just saying, hey, look, I'm a realist. Every athlete that's married or dated a Kardashian, somehow their career went down the tube.
Or they lost their minds. Lamar.
There you go, Lamar.
But yeah, the playoffs are gonna be fun to see. So you're calling a possible upset for Cleveland in the first round.
Yeah,
that should be fun to see. What other ones? I see Philly. I see Philly going all the way.
All the way to what?
I see Philly taking the East. I'm just calling it. I see
what?
Philly right now. I see Philly taking the East.
What?
I'm calling it.
You see Philly going to the finals?
I'm calling it. Philly takes the East.
Dude.
And I'm a Heat fan.
Dude.
Philly takes the East.
Come on, man.
Philly takes the East. I'm saying it.
Philly is not beating Boston or Toronto in a 7-game series. I'm sorry. They're not.
We're going to see, aren't we?
They're not doing it.
We're going to see.
They're not. Come on, man.
We will see.
I understand. I understand they playing wonderful basketball, but come on, let's be real, man.
This is the year for the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah, I understand that, but
Eagles, Villanova, Sixers are going to go. The Sixers are going to go. They're going to at least get to the finals.
NBA finals?
Eastern Conference Finals. And depending on who they play, they have the higher seed.
Maybe.
Because you got to look at it. If Miami takes out Cleveland, Boston's going to make a run. Toronto's going to make a run. Possibly. Toronto's known to get ghost in the playoffs. True. So Toronto could be upset. But Philly is the X factor in the playoffs for the Eastern Conference. This is the reality of it.
I don't know. You saying Philly going to the finals? God,
I'm calling it. I'm calling it.
That's a stretch, my friend.
It might be a stretch, but it's going to be a good stretch, especially if I'm right.
Oh, well, if you're right, you're the only one called that.
I disagree.
Except for the people that live in Philly.
No. Philly is going to make a run in the playoffs, folks, especially with Joel Embiid coming back. They're still on a winning streak. They've got the momentum going into the playoffs. Watch out for the Philadelphia 76ers.
They're definitely a threat, but the finals?
All right. Okay.
When you got Toronto, Boston, and Cleveland?
It's 12:20 on WQTS, the Sean Brown Show.
Mark this down.
And everybody that watches this to know this. I'm saying the Philadelphia 76ers will make it to at least the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, oh, yeah, I'm right. Yeah, there's no prize for it, but, you know.
Yeah, you get an unlimited supply of high fives.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take a limited supply of bananas.
Nice segue, sir. God.
Speaking of bananas, let's talk some baseball and get the scores out from yesterday's scores from around the diamond, we should say. The Royals over the Tigers in shutout fashion, 1-0 in Detroit. Tigers are struggling, 1-4 to start the season, but the Royals aren't doing too much better. They're 1-3. The Rays and the Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton strikes out 5 times yesterday as the Yankees win 11-4.
Thank you.
I mean, hitter's going to hit, but a hitter's going to miss. If you've got Judge and Stanton striking out consistently, that's going to run into a problem eventually.
1 or 2 players is not a team make.
I understand that, but when you have 2 guys in your lineup, if both of them hit a rut at the same time, that your 3 or the 3 and 4 batters, both of your guys in the heart of your order struggling.
With 3 and 4.
If your 3 and 4 batter are struggling, then you're going to run into problems later in the season if they hit a rut and neither one of them can hit.
That could be possible, but can I just to counteract that that opinion? Can I see Didi Gregorius' stat line, please?
Sure. Yes, you can see Didi. Didi Gregorius at a shortstop yesterday, 4 at bats,
4
3
hits,
runs, 4
3
for
runs,
4.
8 RBIs.
It's a great day. He made up for Giancarlo Stanton, who did nothing.
And I mean, Judge went 2 for 3.
But what I'm saying is, and see, the lineup is different here. Judge batting second, Carlos at third, Giancarlo Stanton's at third, Gregorius at fourth, and cleanup is Sanchez. So, and Sanchez was 0 for 5.
Gregorius. Cleanup hitter is the 4th hitter.
That's what I can't count today. Sorry.
No, you can't. Jesus, get him. Get it.
But now, I mean, look at Sanchez. 5-hole went 0 for 5.
No, but that's not going to happen every game, bro.
You're right. But the point I'm trying to make, with Judge at the 2, Stanton batting third, if these guys hit a rut together, you're going to have problems.
That's not going to happen.
Okay.
That's not at the same time.
Who led strikeouts in the major leagues last year?
Aaron Judge.
All right.
What does that have to do with anything?
Okay. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
But guess what? Go back, because I'm going to make this point to you. Gardner, Wheels, leadoff man, perfect position. Aaron Judge, where you would usually walk him last year, you can't walk him now because he got Stanton behind him. So you have to pitch to him. And even with Stanton, you got Gregorius behind him, so you can't walk Stanton initially because Gregorius can go deep on you. So initially, 1, 2, and 3, you have to pitch to. You can't walk either one of them because the person behind them is capable of taking you deep or getting you an extra base hit.
I finally got some energy at a JP.
Right now, they good. Thank you, Brian Foster. Thank you.
I finally got JP to wake up. Say something negative about the Yankees, and JP wakes up. Finally, he's awake, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God.
Y'all see the hat, man. Come on. I'm passionate.
Now I know what I have to do every day to get JP to wake up on the show.
My Yankees. Well, I know I can talk about your Mets if you ever fall asleep.
We can get there. Don't worry. We're gonna talk about the Mets.
And my soundboard ain't working for some reason. I don't know why, because I was gonna hit you hard just then.
It's fine. Mariners beat the Giants yesterday 6-4. Red Sox in 13 innings of baseball, 4-2 over the Marlins in Miami.
Good game.
Great game. White Sox lost to the Blue Jays 14-5. That was absolutely a slaughterhouse. Mets beat the Phillies yesterday 2-0. Mets are 3-1 to start the season. It's very, very early, ladies and gentlemen, but I like what I see from my New York Mets. I like what I see.
You're doing very well right now.
Let's look at the Sand Gnats that played yesterday. Seth Lugo pitched yesterday for the Mets. Let me see. Phillip Evans got in, pitched an inning. Let's see who else we got. Ahmed Rosario started at shortstop. These are all former Savannah Sand Gnats that played here in the city of Savannah. Brandon Nimmo was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. It's okay. He's batting .333 right now on the season.
Not bad.
Let's see who else got in. Our catcher last night was Travis Darnall, former Sand Gnat, 1 for 3, hitting .333. But it's only 4 games into the season. Matt Harvey got the win. He looked great last night, though.
Yeah, he did.
He looked absolutely great.
He did. He looked real good.
So it's looking promising. Like I've said the whole time, if the New York Mets can keep their bullpen healthy, the Mets are a dangerous team. Matt Harvey, Stephen Matz, Noah Syndergaard, Robert Gazelman, they've got some pitchers. Yeah. And, of course, you got Familia closing it out. So The Mets can be very dangerous.
So he's lights out like that, huh?
Jeurys Familia?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's lights out like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
I didn't say you were wrong. I just asked.
I mean, really? Okay, let's look at the stats. Stats don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. Watch the scoreboard. Let's see.
He's not even your closer. He's just your relief pitcher.
He's our closer. Let's be realistic. Jeurys Familia is our closer.
Let's see. 3 1/3 pitched, 1 hit, 3 balls.
He's got 2 saves
strikeouts.
in 4 games already.
All right with that. I don't like his strikeout to base on ball comparison.
That's not his thing. He's a strikeout pitcher, but he doesn't have to be. We have a solid defense this year. I mean, half the team is a former Sand Nats.
That's
we
true,
know they have a solid defense.
But your defense has nothing to do if your pitcher walks batters. And to have 4 strikeouts over 3 walks.
No, that 4 strikeouts just means he throws in the zone and lets the defense do the work. That doesn't mean he's giving up long balls.
No, I said walk, not home runs.
That doesn't mean he's walking people.
He got 3 walks. 3 walks on 4 strikeouts.
In 4 games.
That's not good.
We'll see.
4 strikeouts on 2 walks? Okay, I can understand that. You might have not gotten a call, borderline on the corner, but 4 strikeouts compared to 3 walks?
3 walks and 3 innings pitched. Okay, I can see that argument.
That's a walking inning.
But I'm not worried about it.
I wouldn't be worried about it because you're only 4 games into the season.
Because it depends when you come in the game. You come into a ball game as a relief pitcher or a closing pitcher, especially considering he missed so much time last year. You come into the game and you come into the heart of the order, right? Yeah. You don't want to give up the long ball. You're fresh out the pen. You really don't want to face their star. Put him on base.
Right.
Take out the next guy. Run a double play. Force it into double play. Strategy, man. Strategy to the game. Oh, I've been studying.
I don't know why people think it's so easy to strategize a double play. It's not that easy.
Well, no, what I'm saying is put their main batter on first base, right? Then you have a higher chance to at least aim for the double play. Your goal is to hit the double play, get out of the inning. That's, of course, the objective at all times when you have a man at first and 1 out or no outs. You got 1 out, you definitely want to pull the double play, get out of the inning, get you guys to the plate, right?
Right.
So that's the goal. We don't know the situations. I only watched one of the games, and he wasn't pitching those games. I've slowly been able to track the Mets because I've been so busy. But yeah, what were we talking about? The rest of your scores.
You here? Are you okay?
My brain went blank. Nationals
we
lost
talk
to the
about
Braves
those
yesterday.
Mets. We talk about those Mets. We wake Sean up.
Evans Davis as Braves beat the Washington Nationals yesterday, 13-6. 13-6 was final score. 3-2 for the Braves on the season. The Nationals are 4-1. Brewers over the Cardinals 5-4 in a close game, very very close game. Back-to-back hits lifted the Brewers to the win, and they are 4-1 on the season. Astros, World Series champions, 5-1 on the season. They beat the Orioles yesterday, 10-6.
Nah, they beat the Orioles. Orioles are trash.
Orioles are 1-4 so far on the season, but it is very, very
I want to see the Astros Red Sox first series. That's what I want to see.
Okay.
And I want to see the Astros Yankees too.
I was waiting for the Yankees to come in there somewhere.
Absolutely.
The Yankees was eventually going to come into the conversation.
Yeah,
Diamondbacks over the Dodgers 6-1.
Come on, man.
Angels beat the Indians 13-2. Texas Rangers beat the Oakland Athletics. So the Athletics of Oakland, what are they called now? It's the Oakland Athletics? Yeah. 4-1 final score. It's Wednesday. Wild Out Wednesday here on the Sean Brown Show. Wrapping up MLB baseball scores, the San Diego Padres beat the Colorado Rockies 8-4. Final score out in San Diego.
Good day of baseball.
Great day of baseball. Games to look out for today that I want to look for because I'm going to be watching this. The Nationals and Braves are already playing Game 2 of their series right now. It's scoreless in the bottom of the first. They just cranked up. Matt Scherzer is pitching for the Nationals, and you got men on the corners with 2 outs, a strike, and a ball.
How many balls?
Just one. Just one, sir. Keep your mind out of the gutter, Chief. Mets take on the Phillies again tonight. Noah Syndergaard's on the mound for the New York Mets. See what the Yankees are doing in action, or they might be on the road today. Looks like the Yankees are traveling today. Nope, the Yankees are pitching Luis Severino today against Blake Snell against the Tampa Bay Rays in New York at Yankee Stadium. So Vince Caffiero, you and JP are going against each other today. So enjoy that matchup.
Come on, get this work, Vince. Come on, get this work.
Severino's making his season debut today, and at least for the Mets, Noah Syndergaard's going for win number 2. Keechel's pitching for the Astros against the Orioles today at 2:10. So check out for that game as their ace is on the mound. Let's see. Any other aces pitching today? Cleveland Indians are pitching Corey Kluber against the Angels at 4:07. That game's going to be held in Anaheim at the Angel Stadium of Anaheim. That is the most boring name of a stadium in history.
I mean, it's
Angels,
factual, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Angel Stadium of Anaheim for tonight's matchup. No, come on, man.
It's factual.
Yeah, whatever.
If I said the teams were playing at the Rogers Center without looking at it, would you know who if you didn't know nothing about baseball, would you know who was playing? No. But if I told you, oh, yeah, the Angel Stadium in Anaheim, there's going to be a game at the Angel Stadium in Anaheim, you'd know exactly who's about to be playing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, thank you.
Unless it's a Little League game. Ha-ha. Ha-ha. Variables,
Little League
sir.
game?
Variables in every scenario. Let's talk WWE as we are at the 30-minute mark on the show. We hope everybody's enjoying the lunchtime grind with us. We focused on some major things today. Earlier in the show, we talked about the 50th anniversary of the Martin Luther King assassination, which is today. And we talked a little baseball, talked some National Basketball Association playoffs and where the seeding is as the Miami Heat clinched last night and made their way into the playoffs. We talked some Major League Baseball, but now it's time to talk. That special time of the year, WrestleMania season, ladies and gentlemen. Hall of Fame on Friday, NXT TakeOver on Saturday. I got that backwards, didn't I?
Yes.
NXT TakeOver Friday, Hall of Fame Saturday, and WrestleMania on Sunday. We'll be having a watch party here for WrestleMania
For
on
people
Sunday.
in New Orleans, I hope you got your money paid up because you got a 5-day spree of wrestling.
Oh yeah. It's. I mean, the guys from Raw landed yesterday. SmackDown arrives today. But let's recap the shows, man. I was disappointed in Monday's Monday Night Raw.
Why? Because I told you what's going to happen?
Well, no, it's just the fact that they're leaving a whole lot of if and what if or who's going to do this. They're leaving it all for the show.
I like that.
Which leaves the opportunity for a lot of twists, a lot of big pops, but at the same time, it could be a lot of disappointment. And I'm not even talking about the Undertaker John Cena series right now. I'm looking at specifically who's going to be Braun Strowman's partner for the Tag Team Championship, which we know they're going to win. It's obvious they're going to win because Braun Strowman's not about to lose to Sheamus and Cesaro, especially if he has to have a partner, unless it's his partner's fault.
He might not have a partner.
He's got to have a partner. He has to have a partner.
Why?
You can't have one person, the general manager of Monday Night Raw.
So you have to have a partner
He has
to win
to have a partner
team
to win a tag team championship. It's a tag team championship. In
Chris
history,
Benoit did it.
he won the tag team championship
Yes, he
by
did.
himself.
Yes, he did. Because Edge walked out on him.
But he had a tag team partner to start.
Yeah, but if your tag team partner walks out, then that essentially turns into a handicap match because your tag team partner turns on you and walks out. So it's 2-on-1.
Well, what they're
It's no longer a tag match.
But either way, Edge was still his tag team partner. So technically, Edge still was tag team champion with him. But the storyline WWE is pushing right now is still along the lines of who is going to be Braun Strowman's tag partner.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
Doesn't
we'll
matter.
see.
Hornswoggle could be that man's tag team partner, and they're going to win.
Well, he will actually be in the area. He's doing a signing on Wednesday or today. So it's not going to be Hornswoggle, though. I'm thinking it's going to be Samoa Joe or unfortunately, Big Cass. I think or Big Show. I think what Braun Strowman hinted at on Monday Night Raw was that whoever it is close to the same size as him. So it's either Big Show or Big Cass. I think they were dropping hints, but when they did the Brain or Braun scenario,
Yeah, Brains over Braun.
but I think it's going to be somebody that's about the same size. As much as I love to see it be Samoa Joe, it's just not realistic.
So yeah, Samoa Joe doesn't match up right. That
Samoa Joe will be in the Andre the Giant, guaranteed.
Samoa Joe will come back the night after. He won't even be at WrestleMania.
So you think he'll be in the title picture? Jump right back in the title picture, or go for the Intercontinental Championship? Because Miz is not going to win, unfortunately,
I can very much see Miz winning.
and becoming the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time.
And on another note, he just had a baby. He needed time
He's
off.
gonna need time away.
So,
Yep. So if he wins, he doesn't come back for a little while. And they're quickly killing the Miz Taraj storyline. Slowly. I won't say quickly.
I don't know.
They're showing cracks in
This is what I like about it. I like the if factor. I don't like to know everything that's about to happen during the show.
Well, this year's WrestleMania is going to be interesting, man. It really is, because there's a lot of if factors. We don't know if Undertaker's going to show up. If Taker does show up, is he going to show up as the dead man, or is he going to show up as the American Badass with Kid Rock singing the theme song?
I don't think,
especially with Kid Rock being inducted in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think he shows up at all.
I don't know.
If he didn't show up Monday.
Well, I mean, on social media, John Cena is still poking at the Undertaker through Instagram, posting up all the old pictures of Undertaker in his early years of wrestling, and has put up quite a bit.
See, this is the thing. This is the thing that makes it great. He doesn't show up Monday, the week before WrestleMania. Now, everybody's expecting him to show up at WrestleMania. Now, if he doesn't show up at WrestleMania, then that's just like that man really is retired. He's going to turn heel, like I said. He's not going to show up. Cena's going to do an amazing heel turn. He's going to be super heel. No, he'll turn heel the night after because he's going to cut a promo. He's going to come out for the match. Undertaker's not going to show up. He's going to look around, like he usually does, look at the crowd. He's going to walk off with his head down. The next night, he's turning heel.
And so that will bring opportunity for a face to come back. That could be your Samoa Joe storyline.
There you go. Because everybody hates Cena right now. Nobody really hates him. So he could be a face or a heel. He's still going to get booed.
Cena's more hated than Roman Reigns right now.
Yeah, because
Reigns is starting to get a little pop. He's slowly starting to get some more pop.
Yeah, because he's talking factual.
Yeah. I like the angle they did Monday. And folks, if you have not watched Monday Night Raw, I hate to say it, but we're about to give you all kind of storyline spoilers. But they had the locker room out there blocking the aisle so he couldn't get out. And Reigns was flat out like, so you guys are going to let this part-timer tell you what to do? You're going to let the part-timer block a full-timer from getting the opportunity? And they were like, wait, you're right. And they let him through. And so I like what they're doing there. They're finally putting a solid build on a Roman Reigns match.
Yeah, but let it be known, Roman Reigns hit Brock Lesnar with 5 Superman punches.
Yes.
And still got F5.
Yes.
He still got put on his back.
I have yet to figure out the angle that they're going at with that, because if that's his second, that's one of his premier moves.
That's a setup.
That's set up for his finisher. So if that's not effective, the spear's not going to be as effective, although you can't downplay the spear because that's what Goldberg used to take out Lesnar. So the spear has to be effective.
I think
that might be a quick match.
That move, see, that's the thing about, you make a good point about the spear, but in the history of wrestling, it all depends on who's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Goldberg was known for the spear. The spear made Goldberg famous.
True.
Honestly, with Reigns, the Superman punch made him famous.
So here's the question.
Jump way up in the air, cock back, wham. The spear was kind of like secondary. And honestly, the spear wasn't even his finishing move when he started. It was the triple powerbomb.
But here's the question. Here's the and this just thought in my brain. This thought just popped up. What happens? What does the crowd do if it's a quick squash victory over Brock Lesnar? Like he catches him slipping in that 1, 2, 3, and it's over.
It wouldn't be surprising because it just happened.
What do you mean? Goldberg did it.
Goldberg did it twice
at WrestleMania. Like it was Reigns, because I just don't see it doesn't match up having Lesnar beat the pulp out of Roman Reigns and then magically he hulks up and beats Brock Lesnar.
I want to see Lesnar in a match when bro.
Facebook's not picking you up loud enough, man.
I want to see a match that Brock used to have back in like 2002. I want to see a 5-star match. I don't want to see 2 big guys just punching and sweating and kicking and all that. I want to see moves. That's what I want to see. I want to see, because we all know Lesnar's on the way out.
Yeah, they said it Monday night. He's going to UFC.
Like, if he loses, you're not going to see us again, blah, 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 blah. So if you're going to leave, give us something.
So you think it could possibly be another Lesnar-Goldberg situation at WrestleMania where the match is terrible?
We cannot have that.
You can't afford to have that.
Lesnar's had too many terrible matches, even going back to WrestleMania 20, Goldberg and Lesnar with Stone Cold the referee. That match was horrible. Bad. Terrible. Because Goldberg and Lesnar were leaving at the same time.
And neither one of them cared.
And it was horrible.
It's going to be interesting because that's just the tip of the iceberg of things that could possibly happen. You have that title match. I like what they did with AJ Styles and Nakamura last night, where they're really playing games. Both of them are part of the original Bullet Club.
That's gonna be the match of the night, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great match. And I think we're gonna enjoy that one here at the house most of all, because everybody that we have coming to watch is a wrestling aficionado, I guess you could say. We all follow it pretty closely and can discuss it.
Some more than others.
Yeah. Well, we didn't invite the others, so
Wow. Okay.
we only invited the close clique. So, but yeah, no pun intended on that, by the way.
See?
What other matches we got to look forward to? I think the Charlotte Flair Asuka match is going to be very, very good.
I would not be surprised if.
And then you say cash in on the winner.
No, you can't. Yeah, you can cash in on Charlotte because she's SmackDown. But
Carmella has tried to cash in for the last 3 weeks straight almost.
well,
So they're showing that it's coming. It's just a question of who's the winner going to be.
I don't know. One of two things is going to happen. Something's got to give. Either Charlotte's going to take a L, or Asuka's going to lose her streak.
I don't see the streak. I don't see the streak losing.
But she's had that streak for a long time.
But then if the streak ends, if you end her streak, then what does she have? What's her big build? That she's the Empress of Tomorrow? That's it?
Well, look at it this way. Charlotte had a streak of being undefeated at pay-per-views.
True.
She finally lost.
True.
But she's still relevant. She's the champ.
We'll see. There's so many different tangibles for this year's WrestleMania. There's so many toss-ups, and there's so many people that are out that are coming back outside of Dean Ambrose, who's not coming back.
And here's why I think Asuka might lose. In the past, Asuka's been unbreakable. Nobody can drop her. She's always been on the offensive. Alexa Bliss is not Alexa Bliss. Oh my goodness,
She's about to lose anyway.
Charlotte. Who was it? Charlotte or Nia? It was Nia. When they faced Nia at the last pay-per-view.
Nia dominated.
Asuka had flaws, yeah.
Yeah, Nia dominated.
She dominated.
I mean, they had to keep Nia Jax as essentially the female Braun Strowman, which they're starting to weaken her a little bit. But she is the female side Braun Strowman. That's just the best analogy I can think of to compare the two, and of where she is on the women's side. But I think the women's side is going to bring a good show.
Yeah, I think so too.
So it's going to be fun to see. It's going to be
except
fun
for
to
that battle royal, that joint is whack.
You
ain't got to make the women do everything the men do. You already got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. You don't have to have a women's battle royal. You already got 2 significant matches on the card.
It might be on the pre-show.
Maybe, but
it's a good chance it'll be on the pre-show. But folks, you're listening to the Sean Brown Show on WQTS Digital Broadcast. Sean Brown here with JP, live in Savannah, Georgia. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, giving you guys the ins and outs of sports. And we're talking sports and now even talking WWE, because in all reality, it is a sport. If you've ever seen it live, the things that these athletes are doing are absolutely remarkable. Anybody who can deadlift, anybody that's about my size that can deadlift a 7-foot man and powerbomb him, that's athletic, realistically.
true story.
Rowdy Ronda Rousey, or did I say that? It's in the middle.
Rowdy
Ronda Rousey is making her debut in the WWE this Sunday as well, with Kurt Angle as her tag team partner, and against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon's first WrestleMania match. Yes, they announced it Monday. First WrestleMania match for Stephanie McMahon, which is interesting. But
don't matter.
Yeah, at all.
She better get
this is going to be a huge push for Ronda Rousey. For Ronda Rousey? I hate her name because it's a tongue twist. But it's going to be interesting to see how they pull that angle, because if she wins, okay, then what's next for her? Who does she take on next? Unless she goes for whoever wins the Raw Women's Championship, which could be Nia Jax.
Ronda Rousey?
Yeah. But I don't think it's too early to put her in a title match.
It's way too early. It's way too early to put her in any kind of title situation. She's going to have a running storyline with Stephanie for a while. Maybe you might not have Kurt and Trips in it.
Well, SummerSlam is Triple H's event. That's like his baby. That's where he's always made his big matches, always made his big returns, is SummerSlam. So that would make sense to make the culmination of that feud SummerSlam. Realistically.
I don't know. He's had more WrestleMania moments than SummerSlam.
He has, but most of his major returns from injury or big time pops have come at SummerSlam. So we'll see. We'll see. We never know. We never know. We don't. We're just anticipating, just predicting what it could possibly be. Why you telling me my camera is? I was blocking your camera angle. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I already know who I got winning every match, though.
We'll go over that Friday. We'll do that Friday.
Yeah, right.
We'll do that Friday. We got a whole other show to do this week, so we don't want to talk. We don't want to give too much away, ladies and gentlemen. But we are definitely looking forward to this Sunday on the WWE Network for $9.99, where you can watch WrestleMania for free if you subscribe this month. So
I've subscribed for a whole year now.
I just renewed mine, so it is what it is.
I'll never let mine expire.
But yeah, folks, if you have anything going on, you got an event coming up, or you're trying to do big things within your city or in the city of Savannah, we want to help you grow, help you build your brand, and we can do that with some airtime. Come on in, talk to us in the studio, talk to us live on camera, and get your promotions out, get your brands out to the world. As we are a global show, we give everybody equal access to our show, and we hope everybody's enjoying it. You can go to find us at speakingthemic.com or send us an email at theshawnbrownshow@gmail.com. Or you can find us at WQTS Radio. If you contact WQTS, they'll put you in contact with us. Shout out to our good friend House holding it down in the studio in Raleigh, and Raleigh sending us all over the world. So thank you to DJ House for making everything happen for us and supporting the brand. Just a few weeks, we will reach our 1 year mark of being on the radio.
Wow.
It's kind of fun.
It is.
It's kind of fun. We might have to bring out cigars that day. Not smoke them. It's for the look, in the words of Will Smith.
Wow. Don't inhale.
Well, you don't inhale cigars anyway.
That's right.
You inhale a cigar, you're going to choke.
And die.
No, maybe not die, but you're going to choke.
You might as well.
Once again, folks, today's theme has been, it's the 50th anniversary of the death of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. And we have put on our Facebook page a conglomerate of photos from his funeral, the day of his funeral, his interment. And you can see legendary figures from American culture, not just from the black side, but from all around American history, from Sammy Davis Jr. to the Kennedys to all the way to who else was there? To President Nixon was there. Wilt Chamberlain was there. Go to our Facebook page, Sean Brown Show with JP, and check out the photos. It's remarkable for someone that might be life-changing. You never know. It opens up a lot of insight to how things were back then.
Yeah, definitely. Things were so different back then. Peaceful protests were common back then.
Yes.
Not anymore. It's just different era, different generation, you know.
I see a storyline that I have not seen before, that I didn't know about, but I'm not sure I want to touch this one today.
I don't think, if you're talking what I think you're talking about, I don't want to touch it
I
at
think
all.
we're going to leave that one alone.
Yeah, you touch me.
We're going to leave that one alone. If you're wondering what it is, go to CNN and look for the post about Jay-Z, folks. But it's an interesting one that we're going to leave alone. There's a lot going on in our country. It's important that we take care of each other. And folks, get ready, because this weekend is the Masters.
Yes.
The return. And I've seen so many people say the only thing they can look forward to and the only expected result is Tiger Woods winning. It would be the only acceptable result, which I can concur with, but I can also disagree with. I just want to see him play well.
It won't be the worst scenario if he lost. But if he's competitive, if he can make it to that final pairing on Sunday, I'm with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I want him in the final pairing with somebody, Jordan Spieth, McIlroy, somebody. I want him there. That way, if it does go the distance, I call Tiger winning in a playoff, a 2-hole playoff. That's what I called. But if he can go the distance in that last grouping and make it close toward the end, like the signs of that old Tiger with the old fist pump and the red shirt and the black hat and the black pants, and yeah, that's the Tiger everybody's striving to see right now. Yeah, everybody wants to see that Tiger right now, and if we can, if he can give it to us, win or lose, it's not going to matter. We all going to know Tiger's back
For shizzle.
I always wanted to say that.
Let's talk some NFL. We're 10 minutes to the hour. Some big-time things are going on across the NFL that people are realizing but not really taking into account of what's going on. The Patriots have shipped Brandon Cooks to the Rams for a first-round draft pick, which would give the Patriots 2 first-round draft picks. What are the New York Giants asking for Odell Beckham?
2 first-round draft.
Exactly. I think we're about to see a move made to take Odell Beckham to New England.
That's not fair.
That's not fair at all, but it might happen.
Fair. That's not fair.
But I don't think Bill Belichick's going to be allowing Odell Beckham to use all his antics on the field that he likes to do. That's not how Belichick coaches.
Why not?
That's not the game. Belichick runs a tight ship, man. That's not.
Yeah,
Belichick is the NFL's Coach Popovich. You ain't finna do all that. Play ball, get off the field. We're going to see.
I'm a Patriot supporter, but I am all for having fun at the same time. You're not playing to an empty stadium. You're playing to 25, 30,000 fans every week. They don't want to see uniform by your side football. They want to see some enthusiasm, they want to see some personality about the team. So if they could bring Odell Beckham over there, it would definitely change the face of what New England Patriot football looked like.
Well, I mean, you're a Patriots fan, of course.
I'm a Patriot supporter.
You're a fan.
I'm not, because I do not own one New England Patriots clothing paraphernalia item at all.
You're a fan.
I own nothing.
When it got to the Super Bowl, you were a homer for the Patriots, sir.
I'm a supporter.
Okay.
Now you can't. Now, if you were to ask me if I had to make a decision whether or not I had to choose one team, Duke or New England, I'm going Duke. Same thing, Yankees, New England, I'm going to Yankees. Knicks, New England, I'm going to Knicks. I'm a supporter of New England. I like good football. They play good football. Just like I'm a supporter of USC football, Southern Cal. I was a supporter of Seattle's head coach right now. What's his name? What's the Seattle Seahawks coach?
Pete Carroll.
Right. I liked him when he was at USC, so I supported USC. I don't wear USC paraphernalia or New England paraphernalia. I'm not a super fan. I just like New England. That's it.
Well, we're going to see what happens. Like I said, the Patriots now will have 2 first-round draft picks, which is exactly what the New York Giants are asking for in trade for Odell Beckham. Also, this news just came out for former Redskins and Browns quarterback RG3. He will be the backup quarterback for Mr. Joe Flacco out in Baltimore. He got a 1-year deal to be the Ravens' backup quarterback.
I like that.
That's a good thing for him?
Yes, absolutely, because you can use him in more spots than quarterback. He can run.
He's injury prone. That's
True.
the problem.
True, but he can run. He'd be a nice little what is it called where you snap it straight to the quarterback and he just runs with it? What is it called? Wildcat.
Wildcat.
He'd be a good nice little Wildcat quarterback.
Well, we'll see. Griffin was the 2nd overall pick in the 2012 draft. Went to the Redskins as the franchise quarterback. My team made the Pro Bowl and rookie team in 2012, but injuries just absolutely derailed him. He was used incorrectly and brought back too early, in my opinion, as a sports broadcaster. Brought back too early in the latter parts of the season after he got hurt with his ACL, tore his ACL even more, and that was the end of the day for RG3 as a Redskin. But he's going to the Baltimore Ravens. So I guess.
How effective was he in Washington anyway?
He was very effective until he got hurt. He was a beast. You don't remember?
I'll give you that much.
RG3 was a beast when he was healthy. It's just once he got hurt, once that knee injury happened and they put him back in that game too early, they brought him back too early. He wasn't healed yet, and it was catastrophic. He took that one hit. You could see it. You saw the twist. It was terrible.
Yeah, I'll give you that much.
It's absolutely terrible. But we'll see. Colin Kaepernick still doesn't have a job, but we'll leave that as it is.
He's not going to get a job. Not in the NFL.
We'll see. We will see.
And Ice Cube would have to survive more than 3 minutes in hell for him to get a job.
Folks, check it out. Friday show, we're going to talk about a situation going on between what is Alabama's?
The Crimson Tide?
The Crimson Tide, yeah, Roll Tide, whatever. We're going to talk about the Crimson Tide, Nick Saban, and LeBron James, what they all have in common, and the issues that's going on between the two of them right now. We'll talk about that on Friday on the show. And we'll also finalize up our WrestleMania preview and make our predictions for the weekend shows, including NXT, and talk about the playoffs, because the playoffs for the NBA will be set by Friday.
That's correct.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Sean Brown Show on WQTS Digital Broadcast. We're going to end today's show. As we said, our current theme for today's show has been honoring the legacy, and today is the 50th anniversary of the death of Dr. Martin Luther King. We're going to end today's show with a speech from Dr. King before he passed. I think it's his last speech before he passed.
Yeah, the day before.
And this has been the Sean Brown Show on WQTS. We'll see you guys on Friday. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Long live Dr. King.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper. If I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I could understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they haven't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right. And so just as I say we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around, we aren't going to let any injunction turn us around. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Listen, SB with the truth, it might pierce your mind. And JP hit you with reality all the time. The way to keep it all the way 100, it should be a crime. Sports, news, politics, on the show you will find. Conversation grown, opinions they're not alone. Savannah be the home, they coming straight for your dome. It is what it is, gonna be what it's gonna be. You are rocking with the Sean Brown Show with JP.